Yo, it's Fila, and welcome back to another Seventh Haven video. In this video, we gotta talk about Stellar Blade. And it's a new game that just came out, and guys, with this text on screen, so let me get this straight. They made a game for mature audiences, but they took out all the mature things in game. How does that work? Guys, this game looks pretty awesome in my opinion. I'm not the biggest fan of just a genre in general, but I've seen a lot of tweets, decent amount of gameplay stuff for this game. Like I think it was an alpha, and they had something going on. But the public outcry that a lot of people was apparently crying for was just censorship, and the censorship has gone way too far, especially in a game like this. To my knowledge, they did not stick to their word. A lot of people that are super fans of the game talks about how everything was literally perfect. It was ready for launch. The developers were even on video saying that the game would be coming out in its rawest, uncensored form that it had. And guys, when I say uncensored, I don't mean that there was no actual nudity in the game. It was a little bit, there was, things were a little bit more revealing than they could have been, but there was no actual nudity in the game. But for whatever reason, the new generation of gamers came through and was like, hey, maybe that's a little bit too revealing. And it's like, that's not necessarily your player base, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time, if you're a developing company, whenever you make a game, most of the time you want to dedicate your time and your resources to the people that's going to be playing your game or that has played your previous games. And to say that they thought that everything was perfect and it was not enough censorship, that just shows that somebody may have had a hand in it. Maybe Sony. I know Sony's pretty popular for doing stuff like that, just censoring stuff. They censored a lot of stuff. And honestly, they're kind of a powerhouse and they can kind of do what they want most of the time. But I do find it weird that it's mostly the Japanese companies that get censored like that. So I feel like it is a power move. I mean, let's think about it. Cyberpunk 2077, literally in a character creation, you can like change your junk. You can change from a you know male or female in the character creation, and it shows it. That is still out to this day. You can go and pick up the game if you haven't, or if you know what I'm talking about, you can still do that right now. And that is an American game to my knowledge. But for whatever reason, this game gets the slight censorship. Is kind of weird. The blood and the gore is even changed from splashing off of her outfits. If you're a fan of almost any horror game, especially in the US, then you know that blood and gore is not usually censored at all. It's usually shown, and it's kind of realistic. We complain all the time, us as gamers, about how games aren't just as realistic as they could be or how they used to be in the old days. And most of the time in the old days, it was just really bad graphics, so like you can kind of tell there was blood there or gore there. But like now, it doesn't splash off her outfit, as you can see. This might be a little bit of alpha footage, but like they changed it completely. And the public outcry just made it really bad for all the censorship that's going to go on. It doesn't help anybody. It actually hurts most gamers, and especially the people that really liked the game, that really thought that it was awesome in its truest form when it was first coming out. And Japanese culture is not as modest as you think. Every anime would beg to differ, so I don't really know what that's about. If you guys ain't got any questions or any comments, definitely leave it down in the description. I mean, in the comments. I would definitely like to hear what you guys have to say. And for people that are fans of the genre, are you gonna continue to play? It's still a great game at heart, and I will say it's not that huge of a deal. It just sucks whenever certain things like that. Um, that could be left in the game literally just get changed for whatever reason. And people are just quite literally tired of, most people having an opinion about something that they kind of probably don't even care about or might not even play. I will probably check it out and I probably won't notice a difference, but I can definitely see the public outcry as to why it should or should not be censored. Till next video,